Hey, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and hi, I'm Josh in recovery and battling the diseases of addiction and mental health. And today is August 23rd. We're playing a little bit of catch up, but we're getting closer. So here we go, from Keep It Simple, August 23rd. Where there is no vision, a people perish. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Working our program teaches us to see things more clearly. We learn to look at who we really are. At first, we're scared to see ourselves, but it turns out okay. We have others to remind us that we're okay, even though we're not perfect. We also begin to see others more clearly. We see good in people we don't like, and we see faults in people we thought were perfect. But we don't judge people anymore. Nobody is perfect. Just as our program friends accept us as we are, we learn to accept others. Prayer for the day. Higher power, sometimes I don't like what I see. Help me to believe your way will work for me. Help me have vision. Action for the day. I'll use my new way of seeing things to avoid trouble today. One of my favorite things to talk about is like perspective, right? So I can choose to put on negative lenses to look at the world and see nothing but negativity. Or I can choose to put on positive lenses and try and see nothing but the positive things in the world. The other thing that I like to think about is that I can put on life lessons and life lenses and lessons and be observant of what is going on in my personal life and in the life around me. So when it says things like this, I'll use my new way of seeing things to avoid trouble today. The strength that I found from my fellowship is that I have a lot more appreciation, gratitude, and humility. And I am able to see the simple pleasures of life. And I never really saw that when I first started out, even before then. Because I was a chronic relapser, to be completely honest. I was not a gold star. I was not a one-hit wonder. I did not have this God moment or pink cloud none of that's ever happened to me. It's just been hard work. It's just been day in, day out, hard work. It's been an intentional willingness to be like, I don't ever want to end up in the hospital. I don't want to be in the ambulance. I don't want to be hooked up to a whole bunch of tubes where they do not belong in my body. I want to wake up in my own bed. I want to feel good in the morning. I want my feet to hit the floor. And I want to just be like, wow, I'm really thankful for another day. Like right now, it is, 8:40. And I can hear the birds outside. And that's probably something I would never pay attention to. I'd probably actually be a vampire and would hate all of this light that's around me. I wouldn't even be making these videos or putting in this effort. So my new way of seeing things is just finding small wins, finding small things that I can appreciate, finding small things that I'm grateful for, making sure that I tell my family, my friends, members of my fellowship that I appreciate them, that I love them, that I'm grateful for them. I tell pretty much everybody that's important to me every single day that I love them and care about them. Because there have been people who have been with me for a very long time. I've had friends for 23 years that have seen me at my highest highs while internally I was at my lowest lows, and have seen me at my external lowest lows while also internally being at my lowest lows. So I'm just really appreciative to have all the people in my life to learn more about myself through therapy. My therapist texted me yesterday, didn't even need to. It's not his job, but he cares like that much about his patients. And he's going to be gone and getting to spend time with his family, which I'm extremely grateful for, because even therapists need therapy, and even therapists need time off, and like that's not something I would have thought about before. I would have been really selfish. I would have been like, me. Like, all the focus needs to be on me. And part of that is my addiction talking, but what I've learned to overcome that is, because I have co-occurring disorders on the mental health side and also on the diseases of addiction side, I've had the opportunity to take a step back and see all of the blessings that I have in my life. And then also, someone who's been a really important person in my life for the last like 15, 16 months. She's an ICU nurse, and she's seen all sorts of crazy stuff. And if I were her, when I come back from work, I would be miserable. Like, I don't know how I could leave that at work. But she manages to go in, day out, but still be able to enjoy her life. And that's because she has the capacity to do some perspective taking and find appreciation and gratitude in the same thing that happens to be my higher power, which is the universe and nature. So we bond a lot over that, and it's one of the things that when I put on these life lenses, it gives me the opportunity to see what's really important, what really matters, what I need to stay away from, what I need to keep doing, and what's the next right thing to do that keeps me in between the guardrails and on the road to recovery. Put my sobriety first, and everything else will fall into place. So with that being said, please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos if you like them, like our videos, but please use the comments section, because that's what the accountability group is all about. It's all about keeping each other accountable. So if you're new to the program, or if you are struggling with any sort of anxiety or depression or similar issues, you'll find out that you're not alone. According to SAMHSA, there's tens of millions of us. It'd be extremely beneficial for you to share, whether you're fresh and new and are looking for advice, or you have plenty of time underneath your belt and you can provide your experience, strength, and hope, and some tools in your toolkit that you used in early sobriety to help you stay on the road to recovery and maintain your sobriety. That'd be super helpful. Like I said, not only do I have my fellowships, but I also have therapy once a week. I have a psychiatrist once a week. I make sure that I hold myself accountable, and I have other people that hold me accountable. And that's the whole point of the accountability group, is that it's a we program, whether it's mental health or whether it's diseases of addiction. It's not something that I've been able to find a way to do on my own. Every time I've tried to do it on my own, every time I've tried to learn neuro-linguistic programming, or beyond addiction, or cognitive behavioral therapy, or rational emotive behavioral therapy, or eye movement desensitization reprocessing, or dialectical behavioral therapy, or acceptance commitment therapy. There's a whole bunch of acronyms that exist here. I have gotten certifications, or at least I used to have certifications before I had a grand mal seizure in my lab, in all of these. So I'm well versed in a lot of these aspects, but every time I've tried to do it on my own, I've been unsuccessful. But with the help of my fellowship, with the help of my personal accountability group, with the help of my doctors, with my psychiatrist, with my therapist, I've been able to maintain one day at a time, and all I'm focused on is today. What do I need to do today to maintain my sobriety and to maintain my inner peace and peace of mind? And if I feel myself veering off one way or the other, then I'll exercise, I'll talk to family and friends, I'll go to a meeting, I'll talk to my sponsor, I'll journal, I'll paint, I'll shoot photography, I'll do videos like this. There's a variety of different things that I'll do that help me. So my hope for you is that you find ways that you can have healthy outlets to deal with either one or both of those, whether it's diseases of addiction or battling mental health. That being said, you can also reach me on Twitter at @tagbuildinghope and on Instagram at @tagrecovery. So with that, I am Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I am Josh, still vigilantly battling the diseases of addiction and mental health. Thank you for letting me share.